Hello, my friends. Welcome to episode 13 of our frequency exhibition. Really stoked to be here, to show up, to extend a hand out, be like, hey, do you want to learn about frequency? And you want to experience what it's like to be seen and then receive harmonization. I'm going to get started by sharing my screen and letting you guys see what I can see. Here we go. Here we are, July 10th, 2024. My name is Andromeda of Earth, or maybe you know me as Andrea Abrahamson. I am an independent Healy World member, and I began working with Healy. Let's see, it was November of 2022. I was showing up to the calls, learning, diving in for a couple months before I was able to afford my own Healy device. So January of 23, received my first Healy. It was an interesting story how that began. Very important, but not going to speak on it right now. Yes. So I've been working with the actual device for a year and a half now. And I started offering this once a month opportunity. This would be number 13 months in a row now. And that's been really fun because it feels like I can just effortlessly talk about Healy and like there's no pressure here anymore. I can just show up and share. And it's really been a blessing to use my time and attention purposefully in this way. It's something that I want to do and not anything I have to do. No one told me I needed to run this, but I was like, you know what? This feels good. So that's what I do, right? A little overview here for you today. We're going to do a little introduction of me and of Healy. Then we're going to talk briefly about the community foundations, because what's interesting is that not only when you open yourself up to Healy, you not only get a device, but you also get a community of people who get it. It's amazing. It really feels amazing to have like-minded individuals around. After the community foundations and the things that really pull us and bring us all together through the network, we're going to be actually getting into the Blue Dot and the Analyse app and analyze and deliver the frequencies to whoever we decide in the moment. I have very little plan, besides this presentation. I think I want to do something I haven't done in a while. It's a little mystical, and if you're into that, stick around, because we're going to be giving an offering to the Abrahamson clan dragon. It's amazing the things that we can do with this device, and not everybody even realizes what this device can do until they actually get one in their hands. And then even then, it can take them people a long time to realize, like, oh my gosh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And so I'm really attempting to show a few different ways to work with this device. If you watch different episodes, you could see different examples of ways that we use Healy to deliver scalar wave frequencies. Yeah, going into the different modules that we have, and then talk about the future now, as well as answer any questions anybody has. A little bit about me. My name is Andromeda of Earth, right? We talked about that. I am an artist and a business owner, and it was pretty remarkable to realize that when I fully stepped into the role of artist, I also stepped into the role of business owner. And I didn't necessarily have the training to be a business owner. I was trained as an occupational therapist. I did occupational therapy for 8 years at various facilities, hospital, nursing homes, home health. It was great, but it just wasn't quite what I believe to be the most true. For one, healthcare as a business does not make sense to me at all. Every healthcare worker should be working to put themselves out of a job, is my opinion. And so I did. I learned energy work, and began harnessing my artistic skills in various ways. And I actually began working with Healy because I wanted to learn how to business well. I wanted to learn how to market, right? I wanted to learn how to build a community. And I saw that Healy was doing these things really well. And so was and is and has been the education into entrepreneurialism. If you ask any business owner, like, what's the best way to, like, be successful with your business? And it's like, you actually have to just, like, start and learn and fuck up, and then do it better the next time, right? Yeah, I feel so fortunate because even working with Healy was not my first business. I had other businesses because I knew every successful business owner has at least one failed business in their belt. And I didn't want my true business of creating a tabletop role-playing game, Rockets and Robots, to be the failure. I would much rather learn about something else. I worked with essential oils for a little while. I made blends. I sold my own blends, which was a lot of fun. And I still use them on occasion. It just, yeah, I knew that wasn't a forever thing. It was a learning thing. And it's it's amazing because I really jumped into Healy to learn how to support my business. And I've learned that that sort of energy has only, like, exponentially helped my business by first investing and learning in another business, which actually, as I'm going to show you later on, I also use the frequencies for the device and the analysis to work for my business as well, to support my business, to deliver frequencies to my business. Yeah, it's amazing. And so when it comes to my personal truth, like, I had a plan, right, of what I thought I was going to get out of working with the device, and it's definitely supported my business. But what I didn't realize that Healy was going to do for me was really reconnect me with myself, to strip away the programming and the things that have been done in my life that create energy inside of my energy field that I've been able to really look at and contemplate and release those things so that I, have more spaciousness inside of my being, which has allowed more light and more information to be emitted from me. And I feel so connected to my soul. It was no coincidence at all to me that when I purchased my device, I got the free module of the soul cycle. And like that's been one of my favorite places to play in, because I do feel so much more connected through spirit to my soul. And that's something that I did not expect, but nor did I expect my intuition to be dialed in and up and out as much as it has. I mean, I was intuitive before, but now it's even more so. Um, and it's really, really beautiful to experience. Okay, so what is Healy? What is this thing? I've actually got mine on right now, and I'm running a program called Coherence. I have it attached to the Tesla coil, which I believe today is Nikola Tesla's birthday. Happy birthday! We are using your technology. There is actually a Tesla coil uh, plugged into mine. You can see the coil as I move it around. But this coil turns the frequency into a magnetic field, a perfect toroidal field, and thus quantum analyzed potential. And so what's unique about this device is that it analyzes the bioenergetic field. It delivers the frequencies that are priority to your body. It also will continue scanning every 10 seconds of your body, to see whether the next frequency that's in the set of frequencies that have been downloaded into the device, if it is useful or beneficial to the body. And if it is not, then it won't be given to you, and programs can actually finish sooner than planned, because of this individualized microcurrent frequency like delivery. This device delivers microcurrent, like a TENS unit delivers microcurrent. And so in the US, we can say that this is a class 2 device that is cleared for muscle soreness. And it might also be for insomnia and depression as well. I've heard those are things that we can like legally say that the device does. And that's in regards to when we take the coil out and we have the cords plugged into the device and then directly to the body by either putting them on wristbands that we have access to or electrodes. And so if you have a specific area of pain, like my wrist was painful, I could put an electrode here and an electrode here, and you deliver the microcurrent directly to the body, vibrating the water of our cells, delivering the beneficial frequencies to our body to decrease inflammation, to increase ATP, which is like the gas for our cells. ATP is produced by our mitochondria. Our mitochondria are our powerhouses of our cells. And so this device supports cellular function, but it also can affect us in our emotional bodies, not only our physical bodies, but our emotional, our mental, and our spiritual bodies and beyond. So, what we're going to be doing today works more in the emotional, mental realm, but can affect the physical because, of course, we are all connected and whole. We are going to be analyzing, delivering frequencies from a distance. And so it is a different form of delivery. We deliver the frequencies into the 5th and 6th dimension, which is the quantum information field. Now, this quantum information field has actually recently won a Nobel Peace Prize in 2022, speaking about its validity in the world, in science and physics. And so this is an area of science which is established. It's not woo-woo. I'm sending frequencies at a distance, but that's okay because in the 5th and 6th dimension, there is no time, there is no space, right? We bypass those dimensions, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th dimension to get to the information field. And I'll keep talking about that, and please ask me questions. I have so many materials about the quantum information field and healing and what this does. Everybody has a different understanding of science, and so the best way for me to explain to you, what's going on is to have a conversation. I would love to share with you, not only to answer questions, but to give you an experience and allow to, have your own healing moment. So my why, I am here because I support small business owners, like for myself. I showed up to understand the business of Healy and how to do it because I wanted to support my business publishing our tabletop role-playing game. And so if this is what I'm doing innately for me, this is also what I want to do for other people, is I want to help to support their own businesses, so that everybody that I love and interact with, and everybody that they love and interact with are all business owners. Because if we are not working for our own dream, we are working for somebody else's. And of course, that's an option, that's a choice. But I believe we are all conscious creators who are worthy of putting out our own art in all the forms. We are all artists. We are all creative. If you are like, I really would like to do a business, or I have an idea for a business, but maybe want to get a more solid foundation around this concept, give yourself, a really some strong footing, let me know. Sign up for my business visioning play shop. We really dive into what's your vision, what's your mission, what's your purpose, the who, what, why, and all that stuff. And get some advice from business experts about how to build your brand, and I found this information really helpful. So I put it together for you guys for free, because why not? I think information is best when shared. So, the things that I learn, I want to share and pass on to you guys as well. The reason that, or I should say, the pillars of concepts that I stand upon that link all of my businesses together: free will, movement, holiness, and life as our magnum opus. You know how I said that everybody is an artist? Well, we are all artists of our own life. Our life is our masterpiece. I really believe that every single one of us is holy and divine. We are fully human and we are also fully divine. This blessed paradox is what it means to be an earthling. And it's okay for us to be one and then be the other, because that is movement right there. We're not, we are not beholden to anybody but our own heart and love, and allowing everybody else to be in their own free will, right? And their own unconditional love and their own highest expression and truth. And so these are the reasons that I create. These are the reasons that I show up. And these are the reasons that I believe that every single person can and would benefit from having their own business. As far as Healy, the community pillars for this business specifically are frequency, wealth creation, and community. So frequency is obviously working with the technology, wealth creation, because this is a business. And when we can have certain financial markers met, just, somebody made living on this planet cost money. And so when we can have our financial needs met, our health also benefits. They go hand in hand. And this is the kind of health care that I am here for a business whose co-creator understands that he is moving towards a world where people don't even need Heelys. Now, that's the kind of vision I stand with, right? There's one day we won't ever even need this device to transmit and channel a frequency for us. This device is simply an interface that can translate energies into English for us. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's the first of its kind. And so, I'll mention it later on that Healy is a unicorn. No one's done this yet, to put this kind of technology together. The random event generator, and I am going to butcher the name, Kozyrev mirror inside of it. And blows my mind, just blows my mind. Anyway, let's keep going. So there are a few different communities inside of this greater Healy community I wanted to highlight briefly. The frequency family is the larger community that is led by Sarah Bliss and Sarah Blacka. These two beings have come together and actually have created the fourth largest, or in the fourth most productive Healy branch in the world. And we are sold in 50 different countries. Healy is sold in 50 different countries. And yet this frequency family that we are in is so connected and so thriving that Healy's taken notice and regularly meets with the leaders inside of our frequency family to receive feedback. So much so that when some of our leaders were asking for residual income opportunities, they created a product to allow us to have that built into the business plan. And it's just pretty remarkable. So anyway, I love this box on the right where here it says, when you join the frequency family, you become a part of our thriving community and support network. We believe when individuals come together with a shared vision, a passion, and support, incredible things can be achieved on an individual, communal, and global level. The frequency family is committed to helping support every single person that joins us on the path so that they may embark on their own personal growth journey into finding their inner voice and power and their unique gifts that they are meant to share with the world. We are here to support you, give you the tools and resources you need to grow and thrive in this business, and provide you with a space to co-create so that we may all rise together. And so here are some links to where, if you're curious to learn more about the frequency family or about frequency in general, there's a really great /frequency website. But you can also connect and be invited to our calls that are open to guests. And I would love to see you there. Let me know if you sign up so that I can say hi. I do my best to come to as many of the frequency family calls that we have. There are two a week. And there are thousands of us here in the larger frequency family. There is a website that we have that you are welcome to log into. Whether you just like the device, you maybe don't want a business yet, and that's fine. There's still an online space for you to connect with all of us that are using Healy for various aspects of our lives. So a place you can say hi, and a place where you can learn, and many videos and other resources as well. So love the frequency family, but I also thoroughly love my Sub Rosa clan. So myself and Kimberly Gare have come together and created a collective. We've linked hands and decided that, like, the things that I share with my people, I also share with hers. And we've just decided that we're better together. And we've also sideways linked with other sisters, Elizabeth and Katie and Hev. And we are in this space nuzzled inside of our network, our mighty network called Sonic Bloom. And we have this mentorship space for all those who have purchased a Healy from us. And we focus on coming together and pooling our resources, whether it be our attention, right? Our momentum. I offer my momentum all the time. Kimberly and I offer co-work 4 days a week, where we show up for 90 minutes and do our work, whatever work we need to do to support our journey to move the needle just a little bit further than it was the day before. That's what we're doing. We do that together. I also offer once a week an art creation station Zoom call, where this is my designated art time. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We do art for an hour, hour and a half, whatever, and it's just fun to be doing that alongside other artists, right? And just focusing and vibing and giving frequency. I often run Coherence. This program called Coherence, it not only brings us into coherence, mind, body, spirit, so all of our individual bodies, but it also allows us to connect with other people, to be in coherence with the people. It was made for all of us doing Zoom meetings together. When we're in a collective meeting on Zoom, all of us run Coherence together, and it connects us all. And so me running Coherence right now, being connected through the internet ethers, right? Like, it's just a woven network. And there is just something fascinating about diving into this quantum realm, that even it's like this video is going to be put up on YouTube and other people will be able to watch it. So my voice and my frequency and the frequency that I'm transmitting through, you hear my sound, my voice, that's frequency, right? You can't see it, but you know it's there, right? This frequency that's being emitted, you can't see it, but because I've told you, you now know it's there. And we're all connected. And yeah, these are the kinds of conversations that we have during co-work and Art Creation Station. We also have collab, right? Which I think is really one of my favorite events. We have pushed them into the fall, but I'm already excited to get back to them. They are little meetings for all of us who are in Sabrosa to get together directly after our frequency family calls. And what's really fun about that is because our focus is bringing the knowledge that we just learned in our Thursday frequency family calls. We bring that knowledge into actual action steps, and we plan and we collaborate with other people. Maybe we'll plan a live sharing whatever information that we've just been inspired to speak about. Maybe we just tell the group, oh, I'm going to be posting about this today, and allowing ourselves some sort of accountability and witness during our climb in our business ventures. But I also really love how in Sabrosa we've discovered that the most potent way to work with Healy is to not necessarily get lost in the sauce, right? Not let it all be about Healy, 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 Healy. It's more important for us to use this as a tool to support our businesses, because our individual businesses will also support our Healy journey as well. For example, as I'm sending my device frequency, no, excuse me. I mean, I do that, but maybe I'll do that too today. As I'm sending my business frequency, it's allowing my book and my game to be published sooner. But then as I'm going out into the gaming community talking about my game, I'm also talking about frequency. Because when people ask me how it is I got that my husband and I created and published our own game with so much success, I'm going to tell them it's because of the work we did in the quantum. And I'm going to be wearing my device and talking about Healy to every single gamer that I can, because you can use this tool to support your game, like your actual gaming experience, right? To be able to have more energy available to your cells, don't you know your reflexes will become better? Because you have more vitality within you. It's like recharging the batteries of your cells. And so your gaming experience can only become better. So anyway, that's just an example of how it is that we're using this tool with the Sabrosa Mentorship Collective. So if you are a business owner who is really focused on your own business and are looking for a tool that can support your business, as well as a community, a mentorship community of other people that are also growing their businesses, so we can do this together. This is not solo entrepreneurship, not at all, even though my business is my business, right? It's just remarkable. Okay. Healy has been around since 2005. Parent company is Time Waver, and Time Waver, made by Marcus Schmika, who is a quantum physicist and a very spiritual person, has studied the Vedas in India for 12 years, 12, 13 years. I believe some call him a Vedic monk. made these time waiver devices, which are big, which are expensive, and requires you to be a practitioner with extensive training to use. And so they decided that that wasn't very sustainable and that everybody could use technology to benefit our electric bodies. Every single part of our body expresses energy, electricity. And so we all can benefit from a tune-up. And so that is why they made Healy, because they wanted to make frequency technology available to every single home. The bottom left here, we have Marcus Schmika, and on the other side, this is Christian Helper. These are the two people that created Healy World, and they actually met at an astrology conference. And so it's like the brains and the money behind the company are very spiritual people. And so this is a scientific, yet a very spiritual technology. This is why it says here, founded by two conscious visionaries. Over here, the yin and yang, this shows how with Healy in the center here, frequencies come out, but also the microcurrent comes out as well. When it's a lower side of the spectrum, these microcurrent frequencies go to the cell and operate at the cellular level. You take these microcurrent frequencies and you dial them up, it becomes into hertz, and it becomes frequencies for the bioenergetic field. There are millions and millions and millions and millions of frequencies that Healy can use. When we asked somebody from corporate, how many frequencies are there? He could not give us a solid answer because it's like, it shifts. I guess it's just like it's one of those things that's really hard. Like it's like 9 million, but it's also 120 million frequencies. What we know for sure is in the gold cycle of programs, which is on every single Healy device gets gold cycle, there are 144,000 frequencies that are inside of those. I think it's 12. It's either 10 or 12 different programs in the gold cycle. That's a lot of frequencies. And it's like all these frequencies, they were not made by Healy. They were not made by Nuno Nina. They were harnessed and channeled. This is a transceiver. I mean, Healy is a transceiver. It transmits, right? But it also receives. So it receives, it generates, and it transmits frequencies, a transceiver. So the effects of microcurrent, this is one study that they found using Healy with the microcurrent, the cords increased amino transport by 40%. This is what creates proteins. It also increased protein synthesis up to 70%. This is the process by which proteins are formed and to build cells. And then also ATP production up to 500%. Like I said, this is the energy in the cells, similar to gasoline in a car's gas tank. ATP is produced by the cell of the mitochondria. And so if you've ever wished that you had 500% more gas in your tank, this technology could benefit you. This is an example of the cell and what it means by recharging the batteries of the cell. Outside of the cell, and inside of the cell have two different electrical charges. It's important for our cell to have like negative 90 millivolts. Like that's healthy in our cells. When it gets higher, so negative 45 to negative 20, we have inflammation inside of the cell. Once you get negative 20 to 0, you get cell death. And so then the body needs to spend more energy to create more cells. Also, this picture here talks about the membrane potential of the mitochondria itself. So these are the mitochondria. And so from inside of the mitochondria to outside of the mitochondria, it helps that membrane potential to be negative 50. And this is how the ATP becomes increased. It's amazing. So yes, 9 million frequencies plus through this personal wearable microcurrent device. Touches on all these different areas here and benefit our chakras, all the beautiful things. I've heard it said that all aging is a factor of protein degradation. And so if we're using Healy to increase protein synthesis, we're actually doing stuff and participating in activity that is anti-aging. Oh, this is Nikola Tesla right here. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This quote here from Marcus Schmika really got it. Like, really made me understand that he got it. All matter consists of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Therefore, Healy technology is based on my belief that electromagnetic fields vibrating at quantum analyzed frequencies can provide the body with the information and energy it needs to harmonize its own energetic self-organization and self-repair. These specific frequencies can take the bioenergetic field of the body to a state of higher order, manifesting itself in a holistic health, well-being, and vitality. So what he's saying here is that if we give the body the right information, it can self-organize and self-repair. Absolutely. We are not the problem. Our body is constantly working for us. And so using this kind of technology, we stop to make our body wrong, and instead we begin to listen to our body and understand that it's giving us messages that we then get to interpret and play with and maybe change some things, whether it be on our internal or our external or whatever it is. But what I love about this device is that at its core is not diagnosing anything. Instead, it's giving us priority of relevance to things, that these set of frequencies are relevant to harmonize yourself so that you are like your most pure cosmic design. And we all have that availability to be pure. I love this graphic here, helping us understand what it is, this information field. Our body is composed of several layers. We are more than just the layer we see, right? Because underneath we have organs, right? Our tissues and organs, what are they made of? Cells, right? We know this. What make up our cells? Molecules. What makes up molecules? Atoms. What makes up our atoms? We have subatomic particles. And how do we get subatomic particles? We get them through energy, frequency, and vibration. But how do we create energy, frequency, and vibration? That comes from the information field. And so this is the understanding that everything begins with a thought. Everything begins with a thought. And some of our thoughts are conscious and some of our thoughts are subconscious, right? We have some conscious thoughts and beliefs interface with our being all the time, right? This technology allows us to have a better relationship with our body, with our subconscious being. According to Burkhard Heim, put simply, the information field is the link between mind and matter. Everything we do, think, and feel, all of our mental matters and topics are stored in this information field. I love it, stored in the information field. This is this physicist is helping us to understand that our information field is a bank of thoughts. And by using this technology, we're actually putting in deposits into our thought bank, right? We all have individual information fields, and we also have collective information fields, this collective consciousness, right? And this is how we can really affect the collective, is by when we affect ourselves, right? It is inherently going to affect other people because we're all connected through the various information fields. So we use the Heal Advisor Analyze 1 and 2 app to interface with Healy. We do that using our phone. Yes, we have 3 different modules: the Aura module, the Coach, and the Resonance. The Aura analyzes our chakras, right? This is where we get into those parts of our body that are connected directly to the quantum information field, our energy centers, right? They spin, right? And so an aura analysis will tell us how active or inactive our chakras are, how well they're communicating with this quantum field or not. And it's okay if one is more closed than the other. Because if it's closed, it means there's just less light. And that's okay. You don't want too much light on the subject, because what happens when you use a magnifying glass in the sun on an ant, right? The subject burns up. That's too much light focused on that ant. No good. So it's actually okay for us to be where we are. And when we do an analysis like this, not a scan, it's an analysis. When we do that, it is a snapshot. It's a moment in time. And we always know that things change constantly. And so it's nothing to become obsessed over if an analysis shows something that you didn't necessarily want to see. And it's interesting, the aura analysis cuts pretty deep. It does. And so while I wouldn't want to stop someone from receiving some hard truths, I do offer good support for people to travel those quantum realms and to see the things they didn't necessarily think they were going to see. The coach module, what that does is we decide on a specific focus of like, this is where we're going. And we type that into the Healy. This is the reality that I'm stepping into. And Healy will read your bioenergy field and see where the blocks are in your form, so that those energy blocks can be released by delivering the frequencies that would harmonize us. It is the conscious awareness. So the reading of the analysis, the consciousness, the masculine, married with the feminine, the frequency, the subconscious, the things we can't necessarily see, feel, right? This is subconscious. The awareness and the frequency, the masculine and the feminine put together through contemplation. This is the merging of the two, the contemplation. That is where evolution happens. Lastly, the resonance module. This is where Healy will once again read your biofield and see which set of programs you are most resonant for to harmonize your bioenergetic field to be like your most pure original design. So Healy has many scientists that have been studying these frequencies, and we have 241 different programs with sets of frequencies that will benefit all various aspects of our bodies and our minds and our souls. And so the resonance is really fun. They have Healy programs. It has Mag Healy programs, which we haven't even talked about the Mag Healy yet. But it also has databases that are more unconventional. For example, crystal frequencies, flower essences for homeopathy. There is also creative homeopathy, Psyche, as well as Schussler salts, I Ching, and one of my absolute favorites, Courage. I love the Courage database. What entrepreneur could not use a little bit more courage in this time when we are really creating something from nothing? It's amazing. So that's what we have. Here's a little bit more on the modules. I'm actually going to set up my phone as a host so that I can then go and share my screen. Yay. And so you are looking at my phone because we're going to be doing some frequencies now. Let's see. Here is the Blue Dot app. Here's our little disclaimer. The analysis in the information field is designed to search for the information patterns that contribute to the harmonization of the information field. For this purpose, a priority is assigned to the contents, such as descriptive sentences, arranging in lists, by evaluating the data of a physical noise generator. In our user's experience, this priority reflects the relevance for the user. So this is a long disclaimer. But I did want to put it out there. Please read through this if you want to know all the medical stuff. You should always seek advice from a qualified medical professional. This is not a substitute for professional medical device diagnosis or treatment. Okay, so information from the Healy device should always be critically questioned and, if necessary, verified with further procedures, right? I think this is really important to say. So here we are connecting to the cloud, doing databases. Here is me. First, we're going to connect my device. I'm going to turn it on and connect my Healy to the phone. So this is one of the ways that Healy really saved us money by not putting a screen on Healy. They got smart and they were like, actually, we should just use the screen that everybody has in their pocket. Will use their phone. And so Healy does use a very low frequency, a low wavelength or something. It's very, very user friendly for the Bluetooth. Let's do, oh, that's right, the Abrahamson clan dragon. So when I first called in this beautiful being, it was because I got this dragon's eye oil from my mentor, Annie Dalter, and connected ourselves, my family, to the Abrahamson clan dragon. I thought I should just use the oil a little bit since we're doing an offering. We can literally add anything on our planet as a client, as long as we have their consent. right? We don't want to be putting our friends or our family members into the Healy without their expressed consent. Giving people information that they didn't ask for, even if you're well-meaning, it's not okay. And I think this is one of the reasons we are just now receiving Healy to humanity, is that we are just now becoming evolutionarily responsible enough to work with this technology. So here we are, the Abrahamson clan dragon. I'm going into the middle module where it's purple there, and it says resonance database analysis. I'm going to click the plus. I'm going to do the crystal gem elixirs. So I'm going to go back real quick. It says 48 next to the Alaskan gem elixirs. That means they have 48 different frequencies for the crystals in the database. It's going to scan. I keep my focus on that we are scanning the Abrahamson clan dragon for the Alaskan gem elixirs. Which one do they need? My focus is what is being used by the Healy in the random event generator to produce these results. So this shows Montana rhodochrosite, 55% relevant, strengthens and stabilizes the fourth chakra, clears confusion and chaos from the heart, clarifies intent, and promotes courageous heart-centered action. Next, citrine, also 55%. Harmonizes the mental body with higher spiritual laws, increases access to divine truth and intelligence, amplifies the qualities of concentration, centering, and rational mind. Okay. Next, we have topaz. We're giving the dragon, the gems. 54% clears energy blocks in the solar plexus, helps us tap into appropriate sources of universal energy, strengthens the ability to act decisively from a clear sense of personal integrity. Next, we have green jasper, also 54%. Reconnects the rhythms of the body with the rhythms of the earth if there has been a disturbance to the natural flow. Helps us to connect with the wild feminine, restores earthly sensuality and healthy sexuality. Then we have emerald, 52%, a universal heart cleanser and balancer, energies of the divine mother and the divine feminine, gently coaxes the heart to open and to allow greater experience of love in the physical body. Next, I'm going to hit vibrate and then start. And now Healy is delivering those frequencies to the Abrahamson clan dragon, who protects and guides and watches out for us. Thank you so much, Healy. This is a good time to contemplate. If you have some crystals that they're talking about, maybe hold on to them. If you're doing the resonance for yourself, right? Why not have the frequencies with us, right? This is why certain kind of practitioners will use nature items, because everything in nature has a frequency. This huge green calcite has a frequency to it. The sound bowl that I have behind me here has a frequency to it. The oil that I have here has a frequency to it, right? All these nature items. We've been told, I learned that rose actually has the highest frequency of any physical object of our earth. And so when I had learned that Kimberly was also really connected to the rose, and I had learned of the concept of sub rosa, I realized that, of course, this is how we're linked together. And it's been amazing to see who else are roses and who wants to play right? And be at a part of this more intimate community that's nestled inside of the frequency family, which is nestled inside of the greater Healy community as well. It's like an onion, right? With different layers. I thought we could do rockets and robots since we've been talking about giving frequencies to my business. How about this? Let's do a coach. So, my business, I am feeling strong. I am feeling grateful for the massively successful Kickstarter, and I'm feeling grateful for the massively successful Kickstarter campaign and publishing of our first book. Okay, let's see what kind of blocks my business has to that gratitude, to the success of the Kickstarter, to the fulfillment of the publishing of our first book. Let's see. So I'm going to think about all that gratitude. Massively successful Kickstarter. Oh, that went quick. Potentials. Wow. Okay. So do you see the different colors here? This is showing me that in this pie chart, self-worth and social relationships, those are the green. That is where Rockets and Robots, my business, is receiving a lot of beneficial energy. It's receiving a little less beneficial energy from finances, spirituality, family relationships, personal relationships, and then even less beneficial energy from career and emotional balance, and then even less than that from goals and potentials. Now, because both goals and potentials are in the red, I'm going to select both of those groupings so that Healy can dive in further within those two groups and give us some specific frequencies that will benefit us. And it'll also tell us like where in our body this is being affected, whether it be physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay. So it's going to go into these sections here. I'm going to think about my goal again. Gratitude, massively successful Kickstarter, and publishing. Okay. Oof. Massive chills. Okay, wow, 97% here. It says, I grow into my perfect wholeness by developing and harmonizing my personal quality, love of mankind. Wow. This is amazing because truly, one of the reasons that we are doing this work with Healy or not Healy, with Rockets and Robots, is because we want to create a world that we're excited to hand up to our children. Like, this isn't just for us. This is about gently shaping world's cultures to be more about collaboration instead of competition, to be more about creative problem solving instead of default violence, right? And really bringing the gravity to unaliving somebody as a way to solve problems. That's not how it works in space. And so if we are going up, if we are evolving as a species, we need to get with these rules. And so through Rockets and Robots being a science fiction storytelling collective, we're telling the story. We are playing through role play, playing our way into a more evolved humanity and telling the story about how we came together with other species for peace. Yes. So the love of mankind, like that makes so much sense. The 7 there means that it's intense, like a 7 out of 10, 10 being like super intense, and that I would very much identify with this as relevant to me, versus if it was a low number, I might be like, oh, I don't really quite connect with that. So, and then the LM, I believe that that means it is a spiritual thing. Yes. And then the other number, also, if you're curious about these other numbers, let me know. I have a legend for it. I just don't have it memorized, to be honest with you. I looked for my sheet. I don't have my sheet. But I can get you a PDF of what all these numbers mean. Next one, resolving motivational disorders. I sell myself short to be left alone. What a block for somebody who wants to be seen by as many people in this world as possible. Okay, resolving stress factors, personality and character. It says, I recognize, harmonize, and transform what causes stress to my personality and character. Lack of processing of feelings. Okay. Next, goal alignment and intent, 93% relevant. I recognize in time whether my intentions and goals are promoted by my actions in reality and correct or optimize my actions accordingly. Okay. Yes. Next, same, resolving motivational disorders. Did we already get that? No, okay. Not same. Impatience. Everything has to happen faster. As a result, devotion, joy, and leisure are missing. Oof. How is that the desired state? I'm gonna either have to think about that or it's some sort of typo. It's interesting though. That one, it says D1E6. And that is a physical, that's such a embedded energy that it's become physical into the entity of rockets and robots. And 1E6 means it comes from a past life. Very interesting. Well, I know, I'm just going to state for the record that everything happens in its own time. And I'm really doing my best to not force any steps. And we just take a little bit a day. My husband and I have children and other interests. So it's just us. So it's not going to be done really quick. And that's okay. Okay, desired state. Next, it says 93% for I grow into my perfect wholeness by developing and harmonizing my personal quality, the ability to control processes. Next, personality aspects. 92% relevant. Desired state, hysterical part. Desired state description. I am free of obsessions and fears that limit or block my sense of reality. I am realistic in my perception and in my consciousness. Next, desired state is serious part. Oh, the desired state description says, enjoying life is my birthright. Joy of life fills me and radiates from me into the world. Yeah, I think this desired state here, I think they're kind of like labeled a little differently. Same thing with this desired state of impatience. Maybe their databases they've been updating and I just need to do that, complete that. Let's see. Next, resolving stress factors, personality, and character. It says, I recognize, harmonize, and transform what causes stress to my personality and character, performance expectations. Mhm. This is also a D1E6, so this comes from past life stuff as well. Good to know. Next, it says 87%, excuse me. I have a reasonable measure of pursuing my goals without putting myself under pressure or permanently overextending myself. Yes. Next is diligence. 72% relevant. I complete all tasks with the greatest possible accuracy. I do not do things halfway. Hmm. Mhm, mhm. And as we are completing writing a huge book, it's interesting to like go through and edit and edit and edit, and then you got it and you got to edit more, and it's just like, yes, like we're doing this and we're doing it all the way, and it's okay to miss things because we're just going to keep making it better and better and better. Oh, the amount of times we've updated a new document into our Discord server because we've updated it is just, I've not counted, but it's many. It's numerous. And then lastly, we have willingness to compromise. I try hard to find compromises on my own and can relate well with others. Well, we definitely want that. Because we are creating this storytelling collective and an online community that we want engaging and active, like it's going to be important that we, you know, welcome other people to the party, and yeah, it'll be an interesting adventure. So these are fun. Uh, hmm. I do aura analysis on my business all the time. The aura analysis will often talk about the mother and the father. And so it gives an added layer to the analysis, especially when I think about this business that I'm building with my husband. Like he could be perceived as the father and me as the mother. And so it can give this awareness as to the energetics of us and how that is affecting our creation. Because our energy is being woven into and embedded into this business. That's just how it goes. So fun. Okay. And now this one I think will be really fun. I accidentally said something about like giving my device frequency. And what's amazing was because one day the idea actually came from my husband, Isaac. I can't remember what he said, but I was just like, yeah, I should give my Healy frequencies. Like this baby does a lot. Like healers need healing. Right? And I'm sure this is one reason why this device has done so well with me. You really get a relationship with the technology. And why not give this beneficial frequencies? I'm going to do a Healy program analysis. So for that, like we're going to do these are all the different modules. Modules are groups of programs that are available. The digital nutrition mixtures, this is the navy looking one, or the royal blue. Digital nutrition mixtures, that's an amazing program. Gives us the frequency of nutrition of all the different minerals and enzymes and all the things. Can give that directly to ourselves. So I'm going to start with all Healy programs. So we're going to see which of these modules the device would most benefit from. Kind of give us a place to narrow down. Fitness, not surprising. I've been using this baby all day. I've been supporting 7 women for over 6 weeks now, and it's amazing. some of them for 5 weeks, been giving people frequencies every day through this Kokoro container that Annie Dalter has created for us to share frequency with people. We are in week 5 of 7 of exploring different themes, different elements for every day. And that's then generating frequencies that are in alignment with that theme to the people who are interested in frequencies. And it's been amazing because the feedback that I've gotten from these individuals that are experiencing is just like, it's so worth it to spend my time and attention on this because the amount of good that I know that I'm doing. So we're going to go in again to the Resonance Healy program group analysis, and I'm going to find fitness. Here it's like a marigold color. It says fitness programs and it says 8, and that's because there are 8 different fitness programs that Healy has. So we're going to dive into that module and be like, which programs would benefit them the most? Performance. Yep. Muscle harmony, stamina, deep relaxation, and weight. Okay, I'm going to vibrate these to my device. And if you're like, wait, but Healy doesn't have muscles. Healy doesn't have a weight to it. So how is it that these programs were picked out? In one of the videos that I watched, I heard Marcus Schmika, the co-inventor, talk about how it's not so important to like focus on the words, the labels, the headings, because the frequencies that benefit my bones will also benefit your heart. You know, basically saying that the words don't necessarily mean much. Besides, these frequencies have been shown to benefit fitness performance. These ones benefit deep relaxation. These ones benefit and support weight. Okay. And so, yeah, the words, the definitions, they don't always have to be so heavy, right? It's okay for me to be like performance. Oh yeah, of course it's performance 55% versus the next one, muscle harmony 44%. Like that's a pretty big difference. That's over 10% difference of relevance of those, the first most relevant program and then the second program. Oh, of course, it's because Healy and I have been running a marathon all day. You know, she's also been completely dispelled and then recharged up to 100%. And then we've had this, you could call this a performance as well, right? She's literally been on display performing for us for this video. And so, of course, those are the programs that were most relevant for, let's see, can I just swipe up? Yeah, bam. Most relevant for the time. Let's see. Does it really matter if I go back to, yeah, no, besides this, I could show you this. See if I can get back to my Zoom. Yeah. So where do we go from here? You know, obviously I would love to answer any questions you have. Please message me. Please get into my Instagram DMs. Send me an email, hello.reintegration@gmail.com. And then we can talk about getting you a Healy for yourself. These are the ways that I recommend it right now, actually until midnight tonight. We've got a few more hours. You can get 60% off of our Healy Professional. That goes to July 10th. We also have 35% off the Healy Resonance and the Res Plus. When it comes to the devices I recommend, I definitely recommend the Res Plus or the Professional, so you can have as many programs as possible. But really, the Resonance Plus gives you access to the Aura and the Coach, versus the Resonance, you only have the 3 resonance modules, the Healy Resonance, the Mag Healy Resonance, and the resonance database. So you wouldn't be able to do all the things that I showed you today. We didn't do the aura, did we? No. But there are other videos on my YouTube channel that you can see with aura analysis. Plus, send me a message. I'll give one to you. I would be thrilled to hop on a Zoom call, send you an aura analysis. And if you can't do that, let's just WhatsApp or be in our Instagram direct messages, whatever works. But yeah, I would love to guide you in this quantum realm, guide you in supporting you with building your business. Like, let's climb up this venture together. You know what I mean? I'm not going up alone. I am bringing my friends and my family with me. So send me a message, reach out. I would love to hear from you. And thank you guys so much for showing up for yourself, showing up to learn about something new. I thoroughly appreciate you. We'll talk soon.